Boy, you looking at my type, but tell me, can you hit it right? See, who you educate the head, how to educate the mind. What's up, everybody? Good morning. It is Friday. We finally made it to the end of the week. Hope your week went smoothly for you. If not, hopefully this weekend you get time out to just kick it with your family, your friends, just kind of mellow out and enjoy your weekend. So good morning, everybody who has been able to make it into the chat. Appreciate you for being here. Big ups to all of my subscribers, those who have been loyal to me from the beginning and still rocking with me. Again, I thank you for your loyalty. If this is your first time viewing ever, I thank you and welcome you for stopping by. And if you just subscribed recently, welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. So I hope all is going well for each and every one. Thought it was imperative that I did this particular recipe, this content today on is bashing the Black community. Is it building it or is it destroying it? I thought it was imperative that I spoke on this due to the fact that there are a lot of Black men and Black women content creators that specifically do material that it basically addresses all Black community issues in a negative way. And this is nothing new under the sun. If you have been a YouTube subscriber for quite some time, you've already witnessed it. You witness it on almost every panel that you go to, almost every content creator in the Black YouTube sector. You see the foolishness, you see the negative energy, you see it everywhere you go. If it's not Black men doing it, it's the Black women doing it. And it's both. I don't hold more no one more I don't hold one no more accountable than I hold the other. You have these Black women that have their panels based on bashing Black men, and then you have these Black male commentators who do their panels specifically on bashing Black women. And we see this all of the time. What's up, Dion? What's up, Mug, Angela, Lord, Drag One? Good morning to all of you. Again, we see this all the time. And the ironic part is what I'm noticing in the Black YouTube sector. They have the audacity. And like I said, it's not just the men, it's not just the women. It is both Black men and Black women that are doing it. They're calling bashing the Black community truth. That's what they label it. They label it as truth. Good morning, Tanya. They label it as truth. And ironically, if we as subscribers, because mind you, I have my own channel, but I am a subscriber. As a subscriber, if you don't agree with the bashing, then basically they telling you that you can't accept the truth. If as a Black woman, I'm up here bashing Black men and I'm saying Black men ain't no good and all Black men are the same, and as soon as a brother wants to put me in check and say, hold up now, how you going to sit up here and put all of us as Black men on the same chopping block? How you going to generalize all of us? And because he's not willing to co-sign with my theory on how effed up black men are, I'm going to automatically say, well, you less than a man because you can't accept my truth. So because I'm bashing a black man, and because he won't co-sign on me bashing him, he won't agree with me insulting him, I'm automatically going to tell him he's less than a man. Oh, okay. Well, if you can't handle the truth over here on how I talk bad about black men, then guess what? You ain't a real man. You can't handle the heat. You can't take it. That's what we call truth. We call bashing and ridiculing and sabotaging one another. We call it truth. So if you can't handle my truth, even though my truth is demeaning your character as a black man, is insulting you as a black man, then that means you're not a real man. Do y'all see the hypocrisy in that? That if you don't accept me bashing you, that means you can't handle the truth. Okay. Now it goes the other way around. As black women, if we go to some of these panels where there are black men that are constantly negative towards black women and they want to put us all in the same box, exactly, Lord. Good word. Shame and tactics. And because I go on this man's panel, if I go on a certain man's panel that believes in bashing black women, and because I politely say to him, well, I disagree, I don't think that's true, he's going to tell me I'm less than a woman because I won't consider his bashing as what they call it, constructive criticism. It amazes me that in the black YouTube sector streets, we call bashing, demeaning, disrespecting one another as constructive criticism. Yes, Tanya. Exactly. You critiques one actions. And that's the way it's supposed to be, Mug. That's the way it's supposed to be. But like I said to all of my subscribers, and I'll tell all of you again, the same thing that I've said before. As I mentioned, people are only going to give you knowledge based on their own personal pain, based on their own personal negative experiences. And that's why it is important of who you allow to enter into your ear gate, because everybody is not everybody doesn't have the best intentions. And my thing is, I just find it's a manipulative tactic, that if you can't take me bashing you, beating you down, that you less of a man or you less than a woman, because I call you all kind of degrading names. I disrespect you. I tell you you less than a man. I tell you you less than a woman. And because you want to defend yourself, or because you disagree with my prejudice statement, I'ma tell you you can't handle the truth. It's not that people can't handle the truth. They can't handle the negative, um, the negativity that you're presenting. What's up, Poetic Kales? How you doing? Good morning. If you're not doing anything or whatever, I can throw you a link this morning if you would like to join me, or if you're just stopping by just to hang out, I get it. So basically, that is the state of emergency we're at. And they're trying to manipulate us as black men and black women, those of us who are subscribers. They're trying to tell you that if you're a real man or you're a real woman, you will take me dogging you, you will take me disrespecting you. And because I don't want to support your movement, or because I'm not sitting in the chat room co-signing with you, you calling me all type of derogatory names. You're telling me I'm nothing. You're telling me I'm irrelevant because I won't co-sign with your shenanigans. And I think it's very childish and immature that we have grown men and grown women who are in these black YouTube sectors that are trying to insult their own subscribers by saying, because you won't take me mentally beating on you, oh well, you not welcome here. You not welcome to my movement. Okay, Poetic, got you. You're not welcome to my movement because you won't take me talking crap to you. Now I'm letting y'all know I'm trying to work on my profanity a lot more because I'm telling you, YouTube is not playing. They is shutting folks down left and right. What's up, Classic Ruby? They're not playing. Let me see. I got cause I'm trying now because YouTube is cleaning house, y'all. YouTube is cleaning house. It's already people are losing channels in the black YouTube sector. They're not playing now. The bad part is once one person makes it makes it bad for everybody. So my thing is I'm not going to sit over here and be like, okay, I'm invincible. It can't happen to me. My thing is, once I see other black YouTubers are getting knocked off for getting out of pocket and not respecting the policies and the procedures that YouTube has forth, I know I'm not invincible. So I'm to the point now, I got to really walk a thin line because I'm not invincible. So now I have to be careful with using too much profanity and insulting folks and saying derogatory things because now one person, so many people done got their channels knocked off in the last couple of days. So now it's kind of like it's it's like that one bad kid in the classroom, that one bad kid. He done made it hard for everybody now. You know what I'm saying? Now the whole class got to be on their best behavior. Yeah, a lot of that's going on, Tanya. I won't say any names, but I tell you this much. If you look around, you'll find out who it is. It's gotten to the point now, you know what I mean, to where, now this is what's going on. Now we got folks up here, they want to blame YouTube for why their channels are being flagged and being shut down. Now YouTube is being called out. What's up, Cool Gent? Good morning. Good to see you. Now folks is getting out. Now this is the new thing, y'all. As always, I tell you, the black folks is quick to want to pull out the blame card once they get called out for not doing what they're supposed to do. So the new thing today is it is YouTube's fault. YouTube won't let the black community have a voice. YouTube is allowing all of these women to get away with saying what they want to say. Now we want to blame YouTube when we are the ones not following the rules and the regulations. You knew what you signed up for when you started your YouTube channel. They tell you from the jump to not say certain things, to not speak on certain things, to not do certain things. They already tell you that anybody who started their channel, you already know from the jump what you can't do and what you can't do. But oh yeah, Lord, thank you for the donation, the $2 donations. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Um, we already know as grown men and grown women, we got rules to follow. How many times do I have to say that I don't care how big you are with your content, how many subscribers you got, how much people are sending you PayPal and Super Chat, you do not own YouTube. So they can shut you down at any given moment when you get out of pocket. Okay? Yes, Lord, because you've been slipping. Matter of fact, you in a rearage now. So I'll go ahead and say you caught up today since you sent me my $2 donation. Thank you for the child support. Now I can go get my dollar cone from McDonald's today. If the ice cream machine ain't broke down again, because you know the McDonald's in the hood, the ice cream machine don't never work. But that's a whole nother story. So anyway, we already know what's expected of us, but this is what happens. It's the old saying, you give somebody an inch and they'll take a mile. Give somebody an inch, they'll take a mile. And what it is, people become more and more comfortable with breaking the rules until it catches up. Until it catches up, and now you want to blame YouTube. It's kind of like you've been breaking the law. You keep driving on a suspended license. Okay, you got pulled over before, you got a warning ticket. Okay, second time they pull you over with a suspended license, now they make you pay a little fine. The third time you get pulled over, now they're arresting you because this is your third charge and violating driving under a suspension. Now you want to blame the police because you was the one that violated the law. You're not supposed to drive with a suspended license. But because the police catch you, now you want to come up with 1,000 excuses. See, they pulled me over because, see, I'm a black man. They pulled me over because I'm a black woman. They pulled me over because they're trying to reach their quota. Well, if you were doing what you were supposed to do, they wouldn't have been able to pull you over, whether you had been black, white, or whether if they would have been trying to reach a quota. They would have not had that advantage had you been doing what you were supposed to do. And now we have YouTube content creators that, because their channel has been flagged and terminated, these men and these women, they're upset with YouTube. They're saying it is YouTube's fault. We don't do what we're supposed to do, and because we get caught, it's YouTube's fault. Now now they're doing the blame game. People that have lost their channels, they're blaming YouTube. They're saying YouTube is all for the women now. Why they ain't messing with these women? Why they ain't messing with their channel? Why they ain't bothering them? Why they over here messing with us? When it boiled down to it, they'll have their time too. Everybody has their time. And this is what a lot of us have to understand as black men and as black women. Just because other people doing what you're doing and you was the only one that was caught, sometimes it is just your time. It's your time. It don't matter if you robbed the bank with 3 other people. The police come to you and they arrest you. They didn't get the other 3 that are robbed the bank with you. Guess what? It is just your time. Man up and get ready to do the time. But you got some people, they don't want to do the time by themselves. So what they do when they start getting interrogated in the interrogation room by the detectives, now they want to blow the whistle on everybody. What about them? What about what she doing over there? What about what he doing over there? We want to point out other people now because we don't want to go down by ourselves. The bottom line is you got caught out of pocket. So until YouTube gets around and makes its rounds and catch people that are violating the policies, you got to accept the fact that you are the one that they shut down. There's no need to get mad and get in your feelings, and now you want to blame everybody. You want to call everybody else. I've never liked people like that. I mean, if you get caught doing your own time, for instance, we had this happen at the police academy. I was in a police academy, I would say, we're in 2019, so last year I was in the police academy. And the police academy, they had us do a lot of written tests. And doing the written test from the beginning, when we first got in the police academy, they told us, it was even in the contract, it was in the manual. We had to sign off and agree that we do not cheat on tests in the police academy. All of us as cadets that were going in police training at the time, we knew from the jump that if we got caught cheating or being dishonest in any way, that they would kick you out of the police academy. Everybody knew this. Okay. And basically, what happened was there was like 5, 6 cadets in the police academy. And the way it was done was they had us split into two groups, okay? We had group A and we had group B. Group A, we had already did the test, okay? We did the test. The test had like every bit of like, I think maybe like 60 questions or something like that. And it was basically about the different laws and stuff like that. So you had a lot of written exams in the police academy. It was tons and tons and tons of them. So anyway, group A, we had already took the test. So what happened was one of the guys in group A had, you know, spilled the beans to one of the cadets in group B and told them what was going to be on the test. Now, I don't know how it got out. I don't know what happened, but one thing I remember was the sergeant, the lieutenant at the time, he came into our classroom and he said, he called the gentleman by his last name. And he said, I'm gonna just make up a name. He said, Bryson, I'm gonna need you to collect your things. You won't be returning. I come step into my office. So we knew right then and there something was up. So sure enough, we seen him, leaving and going to his car. So we knew right then and there he had caught doing something dishonest. When I tell you, he was not the only one who ended up walking. 5 more ended up walking right behind him. 5 more. Because what happened was somebody got mad and blew the whistle. That's what ended up happening. And now that's what's going on in the YouTube streets. People don't want to take a loss by themselves. So now they want to go around talking about, well, what about these women's channels? Or what about these other men's channels? What about them? Why they ain't bothering them? My thing is, you were the one that got exposed. And who's to say that you probably got way more warnings compared to other people? You get what I'm saying? Which is probably why other people's channels is not getting terminated or flagged, because maybe other people didn't get as many warnings and as many chances as you. Let me tell y'all something. If it ever gets to the point, if they completely just shut somebody's channel down, that means you had ample amount of warnings. They're not going to just shut your channel down immediately without first forewarning you. 9 times out of 10, these men and these women who lost their channel, they already knew. They seen they had several strikes. They seen they had several copyrights. They already knew. It's kind of like people who get evicted and put out their house, and they want to say, well, how they gonna put me out the house? You knew you ain't been paying no rent for 2-3 months. So why would you stay in another person's house knowing you have not been paying no rent all of those months? What you thought you was not going to get evicted? Can't make social media your life, especially YouTube. No, you can't. No, you can't. And see, let me tell you something, Lord. That's part of the problem. That's why a lot of people are going to be upset when their channels get terminated, because they have made social media their everything. And this is what happens to people who get addicted to social media. When you get addicted to social media, you get addicted to being in the spotlight. You get used to all the attention, all the admiration. You get used to people worshiping your shenanigans, people praising you. You get used to getting all this attention and admiration. And what happens is when people come and knock you off of your high horse, now you're feeling defeated because you done lost your attention. Because believe it or not, as content creators, don't let nobody fool you. Let me just be frank with all y'all in here. As content creators, we do look for y'all approval. We do. We do. We do look for y'all approval. In the sector where people get put down and fully restricted without prior notice. Yeah, but I've known, but with these particular people, they've had plenty of notices. So I'm sure there's some exceptions, but for the most part, most of them already know. They just keep pushing their luck. So I'm sure it's probably I'm sure it has happened. There's gonna always be exceptions, but for the most part, these people already knew they've been pushing their luck long time ago. Um, yeah. So basically, um, we honestly we look for approval as content creators. We look for our subscribers to support us. We do, because really you don't have a channel if your subscribers are not rocking with you. And this is the other point I wanted to make. This is why, as content creators, we don't need to be disrespecting our subscribers, because what a lot of content creators are not understanding is your subscribers make you. What's up, Great Breton? Good to see you this morning. What a lot of us as content creators don't understand, uh, your subscribers, they make you. It's kind of like if you are a rap artist or you are R&B singer, you're nothing unless you got fans that are buying your music, that are paying for your tickets to go to your concerts and all this and that. You're pretty much nothing unless your fans are supporting you, buying your music and going to your shows and all of that. So with that being said, as a content creator, the last thing you want to do is piss off your subscribers. And there's so many content creators, it is black men and black women, they are disrespecting too many of their subscribers. Your subscribers is the reason you have your brand. Had it not been for them hanging out in your chat room, had it not been for them donating to your channel, had it not been for them viewing your channel, every subscriber that clicks on your video, they are a viewer. They are increasing your numbers. Not only that, your subscribers put other people on your channel. That is how your channel does great. Okay, so the last thing you need to do, what's up, just my 4 cents, is piss off your subscribers. You would never catch me disrespect any of my subscribers. I would not disrespect anybody who comes in my chat room. Even if I disagree with them, I'm not going to disrespect anybody in my chat room. I'm not going to block them unless they just being flat out disrespectful to me or other people in the chat room. I'm not going to kick them out. I'm not going to time them out just because they have different agreements, just because they don't see things the way I see it. That's childish and that's petty. Thank you, Great. I appreciate your support. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the $2 donation. My thing is this: even if you come on my panel and Classic Ruby, Poetic Chaos, Cool Gent, they're on my panel all the time. They'll tell you we disagree on a lot. We don't always agree on stuff. We don't. But it's never gotten to the point to where I would kick somebody off my panel just because we have a difference in opinion. That's just straight. To me, that's like handling things in a simple manner. You get what I'm saying? But what's going on is that when we get big, as I stated before, and I'll say it again, when our subscribers get bigger, so does our ego. Okay? So once we reach a certain level, once we climb the ladder, and the higher we get in recognition and approval, now we feel like we can disrespect anybody we want. How many of us have seen somebody like on your job, know how they used to be a regular employee, and as soon as they get promoted, now they are a director or now they're a supervisor? You notice how their attitude act different? Notice how the attitude is different? Once people climb the ladder and they get in a certain position, now they feel like they can say what they want to say and do what they want to do. Yes, Cool Jet, you are very late paying your damn child support. Now, as of today, you have caught up on your arrearage. You are out the hole. I'm serious. When people climb a certain people, we know people when they get in a certain position, you can't tell them nothing. They get on their high horse. They get more nastier, more disrespectful. When people are small, the more humble they are. That's the more humble they are. The smaller the base, the fan base, the more humble they are. When people start booming with donations and booming with subscribers, that's when the arrogance kicks up to a whole nother notch. Now they feel like they could say and do everything, anything. And like I stated, what a lot of us as content creators are not understanding, I don't care how popular you are, I don't care how big your channel is, I don't care how many people you have on your panel, I don't care how successful your channel is. You do not own YouTube. You don't own YouTube. So you don't have the power to continue to keep doing what you want to do and think that eventually it's not going to catch up. None of us don't own YouTube like that. And I wish more content creators would get into their heads that some, a lot of times people will let you hang, but they'll keep giving you rope. So eventually you'll hang yourself. That's usually what happens. But back to my point, you don't mistreat your subscribers and you don't mistreat your guests that come on your panel, because in an event something goes wrong, you're going to need all the support you can possibly get. Okay, you don't dog people and spit on people who was rocking with you on your panel, who was rocking with you in your chat room, who was donating to you, who was a moderator. You kick them to the curb because y'all had a difference in opinion or y'all had a simple misunderstanding. As soon as something happens to your channel, now you need those same people to continue to support you. They're not going to support you because they're going to remember what you did to them and how you made them feel. You can't keep going around here burning bridges, talking to people all kind of way. First of all of us are adults in here, okay? We all are grown men. We all are grown women. The last time I checked, hopefully, everybody's grown. So my thing is this. We should be able to have a difference in opinion without somebody yelling, without somebody screaming, without somebody being disrespectful. I'm talking over you. I'm shouting over you. I'm belittling you. I'm tormenting you. I'm embarrassing you and humiliating you in front of my subscribers and your subscribers. That is not a good look, because the same energy that you put out there is the same energy you're going to get back. So if you don't have a problem with kicking people off your panel and you don't have a problem being disrespectful, when it comes back to you, it's your turn. Be man or woman enough to handle it. Don't be whining, talking about YouTube doing you wrong, because guess what? When the shoe was on the other foot and people was rocking with you and supporting you, you had no problem with kicking people off, being rude, being disrespectful. So now that the heat is in your kitchen, don't run from it. Be willing to deal with it. It is what it is. Now you want sympathy and empathy, and you want to blame YouTube and say YouTube ain't about that life. YouTube ain't letting black folks have a voice. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. What it is, you kept turning it up and you became like a freight train. You would not stop. You was doing too much. That's what was going on. You was doing too much. And it's a lot of black men and black women in the YouTube sector. They keep doing too much because what it is, you have your little fans that be boosting you up and making you think what you do is right. Let me tell you something. People are going to boost you up just to set you up for you to lose everything. People will push you up and co-sign with you on all the negative content you put out there. People will stroke your ego and make you think what you're doing is right. Yeah, tell them black men, let them have it. Tell them black women, let them have it. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. My thing is, are we building the black community or are we destroying it? Y'all think that bashing is building, and because it's black folks who don't accept your bashing, you're going to say you're not a you're going to basically say I'm not a real black woman because I don't accept you bashing me on your platform. Or as black women, we're going to say that a black man, he's not a real black man because he won't let me sit there and insult him and put him down and belittle him in front of people. So you ain't no real man. So I'm not a real man. I'm not a real woman because I won't sit there and let you disgrace me. I won't let you sit there and insult me. I won't sit there and let you belittle me. I'm a punk. I'm less than a woman because I won't sit there and take it. And you're going to tell me that bashing is truth? Bashing is not truth. Bashing, that's straight. That's setting somebody up for failure. That's what that is. That's not helping the black community. I'm not helping the black community by sitting up here poisoning other black women and telling other black women all black men ain't sugar honey iced tea. How am I building her up? You know what I'm doing? I'm setting her up for failure because I'm making her believe that everything is wrong with black men and nothing is wrong with us as black women. I'm setting her up for failure if I put that type of content out there and I allow women to believe in that negative mess. That's not cool. If I'm sitting up here and I'm promoting that type of negative energy and my content is about bashing black men, and if a black man comes in my chat room and he says, well, I disagree with that, I don't think it's right for you to put all us in that box. Oh, well, you must be not a real man, because if you was a real man, you would take what I am saying to you. So you're not a real man. So I'm not a real man because I won't sit up there and let you belittle me. Because the truth is, people come to your channel because some people want to learn. People want to be able to people trust your opinion. People trust your knowledge. People want to learn from you. But what's going on in the black YouTube sector, the ones that are distributing this negative content, they are turning people away. People are leaving them because as soon as you go into these chat rooms and as soon as you go into these panels, they disrespect you in some form or another. It changes your whole outlook on who they represent. My thing is, I can be a cool person all day, but the moment I disrespect any of y'all here in this chat room, y'all are not going to see me the same. Y'all are not going to respect me the same. Y'all are not going to respect me the same. And that's why I have to walk a fine, thin line. And just because I have a channel, I can't say what I want to say and I can't do what I want to do. Yeah, and yeah, of course, and I believe that great. And that's why I'm speaking in general. This content is on no one in particular. I'm talking about the black men and black women within the YouTube sector. And it's many that are doing it. It's some they're balanced. Like me, I try to be balanced. I don't just stay on the men and I don't just stay on the women. I ride both. But the problem is when people notice you talk more about one gender more than the others, it still defeats the purpose. I could talk about men once in a while, but if I'm constantly going in on the women and then I talk about the men once in a blue moon, that defeats the purpose. Or if I'm up here just talking about men and never talking about the women, that defeats the purpose. People need to know that you are giving that same energy to both genders when you are addressing their issues. So that is the problem. Some of these channels I go to, I've heard every once in a while, they'll get on one side, but I hear them bashing more. In some cases, I hear people, these content creators, they're addressing the black women more than they are addressing the black men. Or these female YouTubers, they're addressing black men more than they are addressing the black women. They may say something once in a blue moon about somebody else. But for the most part, they they promote the same message. So it's kind of hard to see the balance and if they're being fair. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying I'm speaking in general, because a lot of people have lost their channels. So, so it's more than one person that's doing this. The problem is, as black men, as black women, we can't feel like because we're bashing the community that we're building the community. That's not building the community. It's worse when it's a squad versus another squad on Lady Mocha. Yeah. And I agree with that. But the other part about it is, it's one thing to give constructive criticism because we all need it. We all have areas in our life. I'm far from perfect. I got things in my life where I need to clean up on. We all got something. But my thing is, are you teaching or are you scolding? because there's a difference. And let me break it down a little bit more because some people don't know that. For instance, if I'm doing a content and I'm talking about how Black women need to get their stuff together. If I give content saying, as Black women, you need to stop going around here having all of these baby daddies. You need to stop having all this unprotected sex with random dudes and blah blah blah. Okay, all right. I'm scolding. Okay. However, this is where the teaching comes in. Okay. After I got done chewing them up and saying, yeah, y'all need to stop sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Daryl. Now, this is where the teaching comes in at. What we need to do as Black women, we need to start getting on birth control. These are the different types of birth control you can use. You can use Amplanon, you can use the IUD, you can use the diaphragm. Now I'm going into teaching. Now I'm trying to help. Okay. That's the problem. It's too much scolding and it's not enough teaching in these YouTube streets. Okay. If I'm going to go in on Black men and say, okay, Black men, y'all not taking care of your kids, you not paying your child support. If I'm going to do content getting on Black men about what they ain't doing, what I'm supposed to do, as soon as I ride their coattail and I get on them about, okay, you need to pay your child support, this and that, I will also say, in a long run, if you do what you're supposed to do, this is what will happen. The courts will, give you the advantage of being able to get visitation. The courts will also, make sure that the mother of your child also has to abide by whatever the policy is as far as you having visitation. Meaning that if I'm going to go in and destroy you, I'm going to also come in and teach you at the same time. And the problem is with the Black YouTube sector, they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. It's bash, bash, bash all day long, day in and day out. Even as a Black man, if you're going to sit up here and you're going to bash all the Pookies and Ray Rays, okay? There's nothing wrong with telling other Black men that, guess what? I used to be a Pookie and Ray Ray back in the day. I was stupid. I slept with the wrong women. I got kids from ain't crap baby mamas. What's wrong with sharing the dumb stuff you have done versus you want to sit up here and tell everybody how stupid they are, but you won't sit up here and tell nobody none of the mistakes you made and none of the things that you have done wrong. So how can your fellow brothers relate to you and understand you? Because as far as I'm concerned, you ain't never made no mistakes because you're only on here telling everybody about the mistakes they keep making. And I don't know about y'all. I can't kick it with nobody. And it's not even just in the YouTube sector. I've never been able to deal with men or women who could sit up here and tell everybody else what they've done wrong, but they can't share their wrongdoings. They can't, because my thing is, you can't inspire me. You'll intimidate me. You never made no mistakes. You never messed up. I can't learn from you. I'd rather learn from somebody who said, you know what? I did that same dumb stuff, but this how I changed it. This how I improved, and this is how I progress. I will be more willing to receive a message from somebody on that level versus somebody, you ain't SHIT. You stupid. You dumb. First of all, a lot of us, let me tell y'all something. This is why in the Black YouTube sector, we need to be careful. Do you not realize that as a content creator, the majority of your subscribers have come up in households where they have been mentally and verbally abused? Do y'all not understand that? So if I'm up here telling Black women they stupid, they dumb, then she could be the same full-grown woman that was once upon a time a little girl that had her own father telling her she's stupid and dumb. If I'm up here telling Black men, y'all stupid, y'all dumb, you less than a man, you a simp, who's to say once upon a time before he became a full-grown Black man, he wasn't a young Black man who was already mentally and verbally abused, his mother telling him he ain't crap, his mama telling him he gonna be just like his daddy. As Black men and Black women, we already come from dysfunctional backgrounds where the majority of us have been abused. Nobody wants to go to a panel and get freaking abused. And I'm sick of it. And I'm tired of it because as Black people, we don't have enough compassion for one another. We don't. And this is coming from my heart, because you can't go to a panel and feel welcomed. You can't feel embraced. You can't feel accepted. Not even people, not even understanding that you ain't even accepted from your own family. And for people to sit up here and make you feel unwelcome and make you feel like you ain't crap in a chat room and in a panel, that hurts. And a lot of people are not understanding that. People are coming to you broken. You don't finish breaking people by disrespecting them and demeaning them and tearing them down. You don't do stuff like that. If I'm going to your panel, I'm probably going to your panel because I'm broken and I need to be uplifted and I need to be encouraged. That's why I'm coming to your panel. I'm not coming to your panel for you to sit there and tear me down and say I ain't shit as a black woman. I'm nothing as a black woman. I didn't come to you for that. You don't know my circumstances. You don't know how I came up. If I'm coming to another black man, I'm coming to you because I've already been torn. And we're not realizing that. You're supposed to be embracing people and making people feel like they belong somewhere. Not outcasting them and making them feel like they ain't stir-fried crap. That's not cool. And there's too many people in the black YouTube sectors that are doing it. It's black men and it is black women. It is both. There's no such thing as one is doing more than the other. People can't even come and sit in your freaking panel without you making them feel like you don't know what people going through. People don't always show they struggle. People don't always look like what they go through. Just because I talk strong and I act strong, inside I may be on the edge of goddamn killing my goddamn self, and I come on your panel and you sitting up here talking all kind of foolishness to me that could really take me over the edge. It's fucking ridiculous. You can't go nowhere as a grown man or a grown woman to feel appreciated and welcome and say, I welcome you to my panel. I welcome you to your channel. Do you realize that may do a lot for somebody? That person probably was on the edge and wanting to jump off the bridge, and just to hear that I welcome you, you will be, I want you here, I welcome you here. Do you not realize those simple words may mean a lot to somebody who going through some heavy shit, and you let they come on your panel, they come in your chat room, you knocking them off? If I'm coming to your panel as a black man and you owning your panel, you got your channel, I'm coming there for a reason. Not all black women are coming there to try to override you, to try to overly dominate you or be more masculine than you. Some of us are coming there because we want to learn. But the problem is, how can you be a teacher and you keep turning away every goddamn student that come in your classroom? It's ridiculous. You cannot be a one-sided person. You have to embrace whoever wants to come to your panel, whoever wants to come to your channel. I don't care if they black, I don't care if they white, I don't care if they man, I don't care if they're woman, because a lot of us are ignorant to a lot of stuff and we need to be taught. A lot of us had to teach ourselves because everybody didn't have parents. Everybody didn't have the best upbringing. A lot of us was deprived of that because some of us came up in dysfunctional situations. So while you sitting up here talking down on somebody on your panel, you talking down on somebody else's channel, you're not even realizing what that person's struggle that you're knocking, because you don't know what they're going through. And exactly, there's life and power in the tongue. So while we got all of these folks up here, sitting up here talking about bashing the community, bashing the black community, I'm just telling you the truth. No, you telling your truth. Your truth is not the same as mine. How dare you tell me I'm less than a man, I'm less than a woman, because I won't sit up there and let you drag my name through the mud. I won't sit on your panel and let you dog me, disrespect me. And the moment I defend myself or I want to reply, you booting me off your channel or you muting me before I even get a chance to even explain myself. That's not cool. You ain't the only one that wants to be heard. As black men and black women, we've all gone through something. All of us want to be heard. There's a reason you are a content creator. You are a content creator because you have a lot to say. There's a lot in your heart. There's some things that are weighing heavy on your heart, which is why you became a content creator, because you got things you want to share. You got things on your chest that you want to be able to share with the world. But my thing is, a lot of us as black men or black women, we are abusing the privilege of freedom of speech. We don't know when to take it down a notch or two, because everybody ain't with the shenanigans. Everybody, you're bashing somebody. That's not constructive criticism. That's just straight insult. You're not building me, you're destroying me. That's what you're doing. When I come off your panel, I don't feel like a better woman. I don't feel like a better man. I feel worse than what I felt before I even came on your panel. You made me feel worse. You did not build me. Why did you uplift me, telling me you stupid like the other black women out here? You nobody. You ain't this, or you just like all these other black men out here. You all the same. You trying to kill me spiritually. That's what you're doing. And we have a lot of spiritual killers in these YouTube streets. And that's why a lot of them, I don't rock with them no more. You're not going to kill my spirit. You're not going to make me feel less of a woman when I know I done been through hell and back. I got my own personal demons I'm trying to fight on a daily basis. All of us as black men and black women, what's up, James? We all have our own demons that we are trying to fight. Nobody don't want to go nowhere where they are being criticized, where they are being verbally abused, because it's a lot of verbal abuse on the black YouTube sectors, but y'all up here calling it truth. That's not truth. That's verbal abuse. And a lot of y'all are putting out verbal abuse because that's the same type of treatment you got when you was a little girl, when you was a little boy. Some people could only speak verbal abuse because that's all they've ever experienced. And a lot of them have not gotten any psychological help. A lot of them supposed to be on medication, won't take no medication, but they will get on these YouTube streets and give content based off their own narcissistic views and bipolar, schizophrenic, mental illness, dysfunctional upbringing. A lot of folks is giving y'all content based on dysfunction. They're not giving y'all no real content because they have a love for y'all. They want to see y'all grow. They want to see y'all well. It's not about that. What they want to see is your donations. That's what they want to see. And you know what the sad part is? You could have been undonated to some of these movements for years. And the moment they kick you off, I bet you one thing, they're not going to give you back none of your donations. I bet you that much. They ain't going to give you back your donation. My thing is, if you're going to get rid of me from your panel and your platform, well, in your chat room, won't you give me back my donation? You took my money. Then on top of that, you going to take my dignity? Nah, no. I'm so serious. Oh my gosh, man. It's never going to end. It's just going to keep going. They've already lost the debate. Yes, and you're right, GK. That's what it boils down to. When I already lost the battle, now I'm going to just call you out your name. I'm going to just call you the B word. I'm going to just call you the N word. And like I said, I knew YouTube was in trouble. And I'm going to say this again. I knew YouTube was in trouble when black men started disrespecting other black men. I knew we was in trouble. I knew then we in trouble. We are in trouble as black women. I tell you one thing, you in trouble in this YouTube sector because now you got brothers disrespecting other brothers. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave us? Y'all disrespecting each other. You know how many panels I don't watch where I've heard other black men disrespect other black men, calling other black men all kind of disrespectful names? It's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. But yep, y'all, I'm just going to get ready to shut it down. I know I got a little emotional today, and the only reason why I did because, I'm just really just fed up with it. I'm just fed up with, black men and black women that are building their platforms just to destroy the black community, because the truth of the matter is a lot of us are already feeling destroyed. A lot of us wasn't born and raised in the best circumstances. Some of us came from poverty. Some of us came from abuse. There are a lot of black women out here who have experienced sexual abuse, who have been molested by their own fathers, um, been sexually abused by their own uncles, their mother's boyfriends, and stuff like that. It's black people out here that are going through some real deep internal issues. And the last thing we need is these platforms to be sitting up here telling black men you ain't sugar honey iced tea, telling black women you ain't sugar honey iced tea. Why would you do that? We already feeling like we ain't sugar honey iced tea. We're already feeling like a hot mess. That's why we need to connect with like-minded black people. I don't work with many. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I totally agree, GK. It's been like this for years. It's going to continue to keep going. But the thing about it is, change is coming. Change is coming. YouTube ain't playing with folks. So if they want to keep pushing their luck and they want to lose everything that it took them years to build upon, all because you can't follow certain rules, all because you scared of change. You scared to talk about something different because, oh no, you're not going to get no donations if you don't talk about something positive. Oh my God. You're going to lose subscribers if you talk about something different. You don't want to talk about Black history. You don't want to talk about jobs and businesses. Oh Lord, you're going to lose subscribers if you talk about something positive. You're going to lose donations if you talk about something positive. Oh Lord, we don't want to go there. No, we want to continue talking. We still want to continue to promote this blasphemy in the YouTube streets. But what people are not realizing is the blasphemy that you're promoting, that's going to be the very thing that's going to make you lose your platform. Sometimes you have to change the game. All right. You have to change the game. Just because that's what's been working for you for the last 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean it's going to continue to keep working. Exactly. And Cool and I feel you. That's why I went off like I did, because I know I have subscribers. Y'all don't tell me every day what y'all going through. It's people going through serious stuff. You're going through your child in prison. You're going through your daughter pregnant underage. We all ain't sitting up here telling all of our personal issues. You might be going through a divorce. We all going through something personal. So my thing is, all the personal stuff you're going through, who wants to go to a Black content that promotes Black blasphemy? How is that helpful? Exactly, GK. But what's going to happen though? If you don't lose, the thing about it is, we know subscribers are going to support the negativity. We already know that. But what's going to happen is, and it's already happening now, YouTube is just going to take over and you're going to lose your subscribers anyway. That's what's going to happen. So even if people don't want to not entertain that type of negative energy, YouTube is taking matters into its own hands anyway. So it don't matter how many people rocking with you or supporting you. Guess what? None of your subscribers can stop YouTube from shutting down your channel. None of your subscribers could shut YouTube from blocking your super chat or any of that. So it don't matter how many people rock with you, because you are not your own boss in the YouTube streets. None of us are our own boss. It's not happening. I'm going through stuff right now. Yesterday was Father's Day. He passed away 10 years ago. Exactly, great. And I definitely, you have my sympathy. I definitely apologize for your loss. But what's up, Monica? I didn't even see you, hon. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. As Black people, we already going through hell and back. Who wants to go to a channel where they just talk bad about Black women and Black men all day? We already depressed in some form or another. Nobody wants to go somewhere where people making you feel worse than what you're feeling. You're a Black man, and you up here listening to other Black men talk bad about other Black men. Black men ain't this and Black men ain't that. Who want to hear that? As a Black man, who want to hear another Black man insult other Black men all day? As a black woman, who want to hear black women insult black women all day? As a black woman, I don't want to hear a black man talk bad about black women all day. And as a black woman, I don't want to hear black women talk bad about black men all day. I have a black husband. You discouraging me. You're not uplifting me. You're not uplifting my spirit. You're destroying me. That's what you're doing, because you're trying to make me see the worst in myself. You're trying to make me find the worst in my circumstances. People don't be needing to hear all that. I don't want to go nowhere where people screaming or hollering and fussing at each other all day. Hell, I could be a woman going through some type of abuse and already getting screamed and yelled at, and I got to go to your panel and listen to you being screamed and yelled at. As black people, we go through enough already. We go through enough on these jobs. We go through enough with the law. We go through enough with trying to make our marriages work. We go through a lot with trying to raise our children. Nobody has time for the negativity. It's not helping. The negative content these YouTube content creators are producing is not helping the black community. It is hindering the black community. That is what it is doing. And for us to sit up here and say, that's just truth, I'm telling you the truth. No, what you're doing is you're taunting me. You're trying to kill me spiritually. And I'm not saying every content has to be perfect and motivate you, and you don't have to be a minister or a pastor where you always just say good things. I'm not saying that. As black men and black women, we do need raw truth. We don't need to constantly be pat on the back. But what I'm saying is you have to have a balance. You can't just be going in on people day in and day out. Thanks again, great. I appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. We already going through enough. And my thing is, these content creators, I know they got their own problems. And what they do, a lot of them is coming on these platforms. They putting all their personal pain into the negative content. That's what they're doing. A lot of them, they will not go see a counselor. They will not go see a therapist. Instead, they will get on these YouTube platforms and spit out all this venom, the poison of black community, all because they hurt about things in their life. It's the saying that hurt people hurts people. You know, so if I'm hurt and I'm bitter, if I'm bitter as a black man, bitter as a black woman, I'm not going to put content out there that's going to uplift people, because guess what? I don't feel uplifted. How I'm going to encourage other people when I'm feeling discouraged? Some of these YouTube content creators, I'm not upset with them because I know a lot of them, they can't help being angry and bitter men and women that they are, because a lot of them would not go get no counseling, but they want to sit up here and counsel other people. I guarantee you, half of these content creators, they will not go get no damn counseling, but they will sit up here and counsel people day in and day out and tell us on what we need to do. That's what that's what they will do. I'm telling you, a lot of people that's teaching y'all content, they are psychologically damaged, and y'all are listening to psychologically damaged black men and black women. They're giving y'all truth, and they're giving y'all their own content, and a lot of them are psychologically damaged. You don't want to get no counseling from people like that. You need to listen, be more discernment as subscribers with who you let into your ear gate, because everybody's not giving you truth from a good place. Some people are giving you truth from a negative place, from a bitter standpoint. It's a lot of bitter black men, and it's a lot of scorned black women in these YouTube streets that are giving you content based on decisions they made that has made them to become so bitter. Exactly, GK. And my thing is, as a subscriber, if you can listen to these men and listen to these women promote this black blasphemy, that says something about your character. Because I know one thing with me, I'm not going to sit somewhere where I hear negativity day in and day out. Half of these people, I don't even know what they talk about anymore, because I've been stopped. I don't go in their panels and I don't go in their chat room, because my thing is, it is not healthy for me. It's not healthy. And as a subscriber, you have to make the individual choice to go places where people are going to feed you spiritually. I'm not saying somebody that's going to pamper your emotions and make you feel like everything you're doing is right, and somebody got to always tell you something great and positive. We do need tough love. We do, but the problem is those of us, there's people who's pretending to give tough love when really they are just straight verbally abusive in these YouTube platforms. You have a lot of abusive black women and black men because they get a voice and because YouTube has given them the privilege to use their freedom of speech. A lot of them are losing their goddamn mind. Yes, Cooljet, it is a bunch of confusion. It really, really is. But if I have my own confusion, if I'm confused as a black woman, the content that I put out there, I'm going to confuse other black women and other black men. A lot of us are, be honest with y'all, some people shouldn't even be content creators because it's a lot of people that got narcissistic behavior, and it's a lot of psychologically damaged black men and black women. A lot of them are not in no position to be teaching anybody anything, to be honest with you. Everybody that you see with a platform, that does not mean they are qualified for the position. Okay, just because you see somebody with 300,000 subscribers, that does not make them qualified for the position. Okay? Don't look at the numbers. Don't look at don't look at how they promote themselves. Don't look at other people on the panel that's popular like them. A lot of, let me tell you something. A wicked ruler is going to have wicked aides on his staff. The Bible tells you that. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be corrupt people that's going to support corrupt people. So just because you see 20,000 people fall into corrupt individuals, you better have your own mind and you better go to where it's going to be a benefit for you. If you go to a channel and all they have is 5 subscribers, but that man or that woman that's over that content is making you feel good about yourself, they sharing real wisdom and real knowledge, those are the ones you should be supporting. Those are the ones you should be rocking with. Now, I get it. I mean, we all want some entertainment, and that's cool. I say still, yeah, if you want to go to these other platforms to enjoy some entertainment, to have a little fun, let it be just that. But don't get to the point to where you're supporting it. You're to the point where you're donating money. That you don't do. Now, because I'm not gonna lie, every now and then, not every now and again, I like to watch a little drama, get a little fun. I like to watch little drama movies. I like Tyler Perry movies. I like to watch a little drama, but I know where to cut it off at. I don't let drama-filled people give me advice on anything. I don't listen to their content. I don't take them to heart. I'm not going to give them my hard-earned money. I'm not going to do that. Because as long as we keep promoting and supporting, that's where it's going to continue to get worse. And what's going on now, it doesn't matter if you support it or not. What's happening is YouTube is getting stricter and stricter. They're cracking down. They're not letting it fly no more. You know what I mean? So anyway, y'all, I have rambled on long enough. I appreciate each and every one of you as my subscribers for still being very supportive. I thank each and every one of you for still being supportive of my brand throughout this whole journey. I think I've been a content creator now. I say probably about 3 years, and I love what I do, and I will continue to keep promoting to the best of my ability, wisdom, and knowledge. If I do have to promote, if I do have to give content from a negative standpoint, I will make sure I will also teach, because I already know sooner or later, I already know I'm not going to be in the YouTube streets too long, because I know my calling is in ministry. So I'm just here for a little while, but while I am here, I will do my best to try to uplift black men and black women, because this is what's needed. I'm well aware that we all have our own personal demons and our own personal battles that we have to face. And I'm very aware of that. So on that note, I will continue to strive for greatness, and I will continue to keep, sharing wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. And the main thing is change starts from you guys and you ladies, our subscribers. If you want things to change, you can't be supporting these blasphemy movements. As long as you're supporting them, As long as you're donating to them, you're their moderators and things of that nature, they're going to continue to keep doing just what they're doing, because in their mind, the more subscribers that are supporting them, they feel like what they're doing is right, when in actuality it is far from being right. So on that note, everybody, I know I was supposed to bring some people on, but I had so much that I needed to address or whatever. So I'll probably do another panel probably later on this evening. I might sing Kells and Poetic and Cool in a link. It all depends on how my schedule looks today. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate the donations. I appreciate all the positive energy. Again, this is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth, and I will always break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed, and remember to stay humble.